So in Unit 12, we'll be talking about ICT and business. How ICT is used in business organizations, and nowadays it's mostly on this business part, right? Mostly businesses are done online. So this is very applicable to a society that we are living right now, and you practically see a lot of things which are happening these days, and you are familiar with how stuff are done online, right? So this lesson is going to be pretty easy for you. We need 4 periods here. You can see 4 and the 4, 8, 12, right? This 12 periods, 12, 40-minute periods to finish this unit. And we have only 3 parts, 12.1, 2, it's not 11, it's 12, yeah? 12.2 and 12.3, okay? 3 subunits are there. And we'll be talking about all of the business related issues about ICT and how ICT is going to help in e-business in this unit. All right. So, and this too, we will the competency, the unit heading. This explores applicability of ICT to business organizations and the competitive marketplace. How you can apply ICT in business. Okay. And 12.1 explores the role of ICT in the world of business. Now we are going to just see what ICT has done in businesses. Now, before we go into the unit, I would like to ask your opinion about how businesses were before online or before ICT was introduced, like totally paper-based businesses. And after ICT has introduced, ICT was introduced to business, how it has improved. I want the good side. Can you tell me the good things about?
Efficiency and effectiveness have increased a lot.
A lot, to a large scale, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So we are spending less time on what we spent a lot of time now. If you see the HR systems, now to tell about a personal experience, my father was responsible. He was an accountant, and he was responsible for preparing the salary of 2,000 employees at Hemas. Okay, Hemas Holdings, those days when he was working there, 2,000 employees. He single-handed, he was the only person who has done the course or whatever at those days to prepare salaries. So he used to start on the 15th of every month, and he has to spend the next 15 days preparing the salary. Okay, that is one part of his job. So he cannot go wrong in any circumstances, because salary is a very sensitive thing to people, right? So 15 days was taken for preparation of salary for 2,000 employees. Now we have companies with 10,000 employees, 20,000 employees. Salaries are made within maybe 3 seconds, 4 seconds. See how much time they have saved. Everything is automated. Can you tell me what are the things we have in the HR system now? We have the fingerprint. What kind of details do we collect with fingerprint? Can anyone tell me?
The employee who has who had scanned the fingerprint, and he saw her joining time and leaving time.
Okay, check-in time and check-out time.
Check-in time.
Or log-in and log-out time. And leaves. If you don't punch your finger, even if you come, if you don't punch your finger, it will be counted as a leave. No pay leave. Okay. What else?
Overtime worked.
Attendance, yes. Overtime work can be calculated. The number of hours worked can be calculated. Now, just with that fingerprint machine alone, if so much about salary can be calculated, right? So yeah, it's a batch process, right? We have to take the readings every day. If it was done manually, imagine calculating the time, how many hours he has worked, and after that calculating his salary, overtime hours he has to separate, and for that separate rate is given, per hour rate is given, and if you have taken any uh, loans against your salary, that should be deducted. If you have taken any leave, short leave, all these leaves can be deducted. Okay, how many leaves are left should be calculated. Usually they have like 20 days, 20 days in a normal organization. 7 casual leaves can be taken, 10 sick leaves, like that they have categorized in that 21 days. Sorry. 21 days you can take leaves, right? You are allowed to take, and if you go more than 21 days, you will go as no pay, no pay leave, right? So if you have kept that 21 days, in some organizations they uh, carry forward those 21 days to the next year if they haven't taken any leave, right? So in the HR part, we were talking about the HR part only. HR section itself, if we are having so much work, so much time, if we have reduced. What about the other parts? Let's say manufacturing. Earlier, it was man-made, handmade actually. Now robots are making. Productivity is increasing, saving a lot of time. The only problem we had was unemployment. Right, with the introduction of ICT in organization, in business, unemployment was a problem. People who knew ICT was kept in the organization and others did not stand a chance. They needed to reskill themselves and come back with the knowledge of ICT if they want to join the organization. And the job done by 20, 30 people was done using one single machine, and we needed only one operator. Balance 19, 20 unemployed. Okay, so job losses occurred. Those are disadvantages. Okay, so that is what we are going to discuss: the good things and the bad things about the introduction of ICT in the field of business. Right. So I will. I don't have the PDF version of this. I will give it to you as soon as possible. I need to get the CAM scan. And these days I have become a little too lazy. What to do? Okay, staying at home. This 12.1 explores the role of ICT in the world of business and what is digital economy. The first topic we're talking about is digital economy. Okay, and new business methods in digital economy. We will write the note on this. Okay, I will type the note, and you shall write it down like as usual. And later I can explain to you about this. I will. There are so much notes on this. I will be giving you all the brief or the point-wise version of this, so that it will be easy for you to get it, because you all now need points. So you should make the points, but I will try to make it and give it to you because we are not having much time, right? Okay, so let me open the notes page. Unit 12. Get ready with your books. Write them up. So these are the topics that we will be discussing about the role of ICT and in the world of business. 12.1. Okay. We shall write about digital economy. I will move the computer a little bit further. I might have to talk a little too loud. Okay. Can you still hear me?
Yes, sir.
Oh.
Yes, I can hear.
Alright. So let's start writing. You can write 12.1 is this. The main heading is actually applicability of ICT to business organizations and the competitive marketplace. I will just share that syllabus part of yours. You can write this part. This is the main heading for Unit 12. Write it down. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So then you can say 12.1, role of ICT in the world of business and digital economy is the next heading. Okay, so that would be large enough. Okay. So, you all have heard about auctions, right? Can anyone tell me how an auction happens?
People place bids for a starting price,
Okay.
and for the highest bidder, the auction product is sold.
Yes. So this auction is usually we call this the forward auction. Okay. In the forward auction, what happens is the buyer is in control. Sorry, the seller is in control. Okay. So the seller will fix a price. He will say this is the price. He will fix a lower price actually. And people who really need it will bid for it. They will give higher prices to the buyer, to the seller, sorry. To the seller, they will be offering higher prices. They will be bidding with higher prices than his usual fixed price. And ultimately, the seller is going to walk away with more than what he actually fixed, right? That is the forward auction. But what happens in the reverse auction is the other way around. That is, the buyer is in control, right? The buyer is in control, and he will uh, tell the seller his price. He will lower the price. The buyer is in control. The buyer is going to put down the price, and the person who is going to offer, person who is going to take more of this seller will get the product. So here in this reverse auction, what happens is the buyer will be in control and he will give a quotation. Okay, this is how much I can offer. Okay, and if the buyer and the seller agree upon the price, the deal is done. Okay, in reverse auction, usually the price will be reduced, unlike in the forward auction. Okay, and reverse auctions are usually done online. Reverse auctions are usually done online, and we have two types of these reverse auctions. One is called the sealed one, and the other one is called open. Okay, in the open auction, of course, everybody's bids or everybody's quotations, everybody's deals are open. Everybody can see it. But in the sealed one, you cannot see them. It's private. The message will be all private. Okay. So that is what they mean by reverse auction. Okay. So the traditional auction, we call it the forward auction. The seller is in control. The buyer is in control with the reverse auction. Okay, so that's all you have to know about reverse auction. So let's write a note on that. So we talk about this reverse auction again. Now let's say with a practical situation like this. Let's say the seller is Sard. Okay, Sard is going to sell items, and he's going to have something very rare. Okay, something which is rare and which is very essential for some people. Okay, can you tell me something? Example of what you are going to sell, Sir? These days, what are the most essential things? What are the things you can sell? What things can we sell?
Milk powder.
Something important, yes. Okay, let's say he's selling something important. Is the item Sard is going to sell. And the normal forward auction, what happens? There will be buyers. One fellow will come and say, now let's say Sard is offering 15,000 for this. I'm selling this item for 15,000. Now this person wants this. He can't find it anywhere else. And 15,000 is a good price for him. So he will say, I will buy it. Okay. Now if another person comes and tells you, another person is coming and telling that, okay, I too need this product. Okay. I am offering you 20,000. To whom will Sard sell this? Red or green?
Green.
Of course, it will be green. But an orange guy says he desperately needs. Okay. He says, I will give you 35,000. Okay, I will give you 35,000. You give it to me. Now, obviously, Sard is going to sell it to this guy. Then this red fellow, he has looked for it for so much. I mean, so many places, and he has 40,000 in his pocket. So he will say, okay, my offer is 40,000. What do you say? Okay. The person who offered 20,000 has no more money. So he will keep quiet. He has brought already 20,000. He was expecting to get this for 20,000, but the bid has gone up to 40,000. So he will keep quiet. Now he is no longer in the bidding area. Then only these two are there. Then the person who bought 35,000 at the beginning, he is having about 60,000 in his pocket. So when he offered 40, he is the only competition for him. He offered 35, he offered 40. So he would offer 42. Okay, he will offer 42. Not very much higher than this person, but he will offer 42. Okay. So still this is higher. In this fellow, he had bought only 40,000 rupees, so he can't find another 2,000. So the bid will go to him. Card will sell it to this guy for 42,000 rupees. Here the seller is benefited. Okay, seller is benefited. Now Sard was expecting to take home 15,000, whereas he got to take 42,000, more than double the price. He got to take 42,000 because the competition here was between the buyers. Okay. Now let's see how the reverse auction works. Okay. Reverse auction, the number of buyer, we have only one buyer. Okay, we have one buyer. He says he just posts in public. In public, he will post and ask if anybody selling mask. Now he will ask the question. Now he will tell what he needs. Now there are people, there are suppliers or sellers who is having these masks, who are selling masks. Okay, there are suppliers who are selling these masks. All of them will say yes, we sell masks. Now this is online, right? So he is publicly asking, the buyer is publicly asking the mask, price of a mask. I want to buy 100 masks. How much can you give it to me? How much can you give that to me? Right? Then he will say, the first supplier will say, okay, I will give it to you for 2,000 rupees. Okay? The red guy say, I will give it to you for 2,000 rupees. The other suppliers, because they want to sell their product, they say, okay, I'll give you to you for 1,950. What do you say? And these sellers also won't hesitate to reduce some more. They say, okay, 1,800. The green one would say, I can give it for 1,700 last price. Okay? Then these fellows will have to sell them. These fellows, because they have no buyers. The only limited buyers are there. So the person who said 1,700 was going to get it, and the orange guy say, okay, I will give for 1,500. Okay, orange guy says, okay, 1,500 last price. Here, the suppliers are fighting for the sale. Benefit for the buyer. Benefit for the buyer. He was expecting to buy it for 2,000. Somehow, 1,500. 500 rupees was reduced. Now the original price is getting reduced in reverse auction. Okay. In reverse auction, the seller is benefited. In normal forward auction, the buyer, in forward auction, the seller is benefited. In reverse auction, the buyer is benefited. Okay, so this is how the forward and the reverse auctions happen. Is that clear, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
go for the next part, that is group purchasing. I wrote the advantages, advantages here, everything, right?
Yes, sir.
The next one is group purchasing. We'll write the note and then I will tell you how it works. Okay, now let's see what group purchasing is going to do. Now, there are two prices for a product. One is called a retail price and one is called the wholesale price. Okay, so if you see the shops nearby your houses, they are called retailers. Right? Since they are going to go to a wholesale shop, place where they sell wholesale items, and they are going to buy these items in bulk. So one or two items when you're buying, they don't give you for wholesale prices. Maybe 1,000, 2,000, maybe 100, 200. If you're buying in that much quantity, they will reduce the price than the normal retail price. Right? So wholesale, the retailers will buy them in wholesale prices and sell it to you in the retail price for them to get a profit. So that is their business. So that is what retailers usually do. Okay. So let's say there is these days you don't find this anchor. Okay, anchor is there. So okay. How much is this? How much price of anchor? Anybody who uses like is here? How much is this cost you?
So 1 kilo, it was 945. It was 945.
1 kilo was 940. Okay. So now,
Now in different places, different prices.
okay. So anchor price also gone up. So this is your anchor, 1 kilo, 1 kilo. Say this is anchor. What happened here? One kilogram. What is the price you said?
45, sir.
940. The price is 945 rupees. Alright. So this is the normal retail price of this anchor. If you are going to a shop and trying to buy this, they will give you it for 945 rupees because that is what says in the label. But when you go to a wholesale shop, let's say you are a retailer and you go to a shop and say, I want to buy 1,000 of this. So how much would you be spending? 9,45,000. For 9,45,000, you need to buy anchor. When you are buying so much quantity in high volumes, they don't give you for 945 rupees. Maybe they will give you for 800 uh, 850 rupees. Okay. So when you're buying 1,000 rupees, when you're buying 1,000 pieces of this, you will be spending 8,50,000. Whereas you will be saving how much? 8,50,000. 40, 14 minus 5, 9. 95,000 rupees. We will be saving 95,000 rupees. Okay. So this is how they give you the wholesale prices they give you when you are buying it in bulk. Okay. So let's say you don't have that much cash to buy even 850,000 rupees. It's a big amount for you. Okay. So what you are going to do is, if you are buying more than 500 pieces, they give you for 850. Okay, if you are buying for more than 500 pieces, they will give you for 850. Okay, so for your shop, you need to buy only 100. For 100, they won't reduce the price this much. They will only reduce the price like 45 rupees. They will take off. You will be buying for 900 rupees. Okay, so if you buy for 900 rupees, what is the profit you are going to get? 900 rupees. If you buy 100 pieces, you will be spending 90,000 rupees. They will give it you for, usually you should have spent 45, 9,000, sorry, 94,500. Instead of spending 94,500, you'll be spending 9,000. Sorry, yeah, 90,000. 4,500 rupees you are gaining. But that 4,500 is not a very big profit, right? You are selling 100 anchor packets and you are getting only 4,500 rupees profit, means it's not enough. But if you are buying it for this rate, 850,000, so 85,000 and 90,000. Sorry, 945,000. 945,000 minus 85,000 is like 5, 95,000. 9,500. Okay. They are getting a fairly nearly up to 10,000 rupees profit from this. So that is a big profit. But they won't give you for 850 rupees unless you buy more than 500 pieces. So what you can do is, you get together with some other retailers near your shop. There may be some other people who are going to buy anchor. Okay, they also don't need that much anchor, but they can't get it for 850. So what they do is, collectively, let's say there are few shops here. There's the black shop, the red one, indigo shop, purple shop, green shop, and orange shop. All of these shop keepers or the shop owners will decide to go and buy 100 each. So 100 with the black, 100, 300, 400, 500, 600. So everybody get together and buy 600 products. They can offer it for 850 rupees. They will pay the money, buy the products, and distribute among themselves 100 rupees and 100 pieces each, and they will go and sell it for this amount, and they are going to get a good profit. So mutually, both are benefited. So this is called a group purchase. Understand?
Yes, sir.
We'll write
Yes,
the
sir.
benefits of group purchases. You see these benefits. The first benefit is, of course, directly said, reducing the cost for purchasing goods and services. Now, we talked about it. We are going to get our items. We are not going to buy large volumes of items, but yet we are going to get the lower price of my product, and which is going to be a good turnover as a profit at the end of the day. Saving money on freight and delivery. Now, when you buy items in large quantities, sometimes the delivery will be free. They say if you buy more than this much, you get free delivery, free shipping is there. Okay, so these offers you can get. Many offers are given to you when you buy uh, items in large quantities. Okay, in very large quantities when you're trying to buy items, maybe instead of spending 40,000, 50,000 rupees, you will be spending only 30 or less 20 odd rupees, which is going to be a saving for you. And saving time by centralizing your purchasing. What do you mean by centralizing your purchasing? What do you mean by that? Can anyone tell me? Centralizing your purchasing. Now see, if you are buying the same anchor example I take, you are trying to buy the anchor. So if other members of your group, in your group purchasing, the other members of your group agree on buying anchor, that means their shop and your shop are selling similar items, right? Their shops and your shops are selling similar items. That is why they also agree on taking the same item that you are buying. So if you can be in that group to buy all the stuff that you need in wholesale, you don't have to go looking for another group to buy another product. Another group for each product, you don't have to jump to different groups. Same group will go and buy all the items necessary from all the suppliers for the wholesale price for the lower rate and get benefited. So you don't have to look for different groups. It's a centralized purchasing, right? So you are going to get everything under one roof. That is another benefit of group purchase. The last one says support, advice, and advocacy, not advocacy. Okay, so what do you mean by advocacy? We look at the synonym: support, backing, encouragement, promotion. So what does this mean? Now, maybe you are new to the business. You are in a group, you want to buy stuff, they are helping you out, and they can give you free advice, right? When you're in the same group, like it's a team, they can give you advice, they can support you. Maybe they will pay a little bit more because you are starting your business at the moment. Later, you can repay them. Okay, for buying the items initially, they can help you with some financial support, right? Then advocacy, like we saw, support, encouragement. So they will make you keep going, even if you are looking as if you are going down, but still they will be there to back you up, right? So these are the benefits that you have if you are doing a group purchasing option. Clear?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Yes.
Okay, next we are going to look at the e-marketplace. Next subheading, e-marketplace. Okay. So, shall we take the break and continue from here?
Okay, sir.
Okay, I will go and have our dinner and come.
What time check in start? 11 o'clock.
Uh, maybe 10:50
Okay, sir.
or 11. Maybe.
Okay, sir.
Depends on
Okay.
how long I'm going to take. Okay, I'll be back soon, as soon as possible. Right?
Eat slowly, sir.
Thank you. You look at e-marketplace. So marketplace is the place where you find buyers and sellers, right? So there will be people who are willing to sell their items. There will be people who want to buy them. So the correct buyer has to go to the correct seller. So if you see in general, the traditional way, without online marketing, without online marketplace, if I want to buy something, I need to go out on the streets. I need to go to different places to find that particular item that I'm looking for. But in e-marketplace, it's like a global market. The whole world is the market. So I just have to type in the search area. I just have to type in the search area what I want to buy, and I can see all sorts of sellers who are selling that area, just like the auction. Now I will choose the person who is going to offer me a good quality product for a reasonable price, and I will go for that. I have the choice to do that. The customer has the choice to do that. Okay. So finding the correct seller and the buyer to make that process easier, only this e-marketplace was introduced. Right. The components that we have the customers, or we can even call them as buyers. Yeah, let's say buyers for them. Sellers are there. The products and services that they're selling will be available. Front end and back end. The front end is what the customer sees. Okay. So when you are ordering food on Uber or maybe any other application, okay, when you're ordering the food, it's going to a particular server. Your order is going to a particular server, right? Now the server, the server at the back end. Now what happens inside the server is the back end, right? Now in the server, it has to take your order. That order should be processed and the keywords are taken, and it has to go to the correct database and retrieve those items and send that to the correct restaurant or whatever, if you're ordering food, correct place or the correct supplier. And for all this, you should have a very good backend in your software, right? So if you see these online applications that you have, if you want to get food, yes, you have applications. If you want to buy electronic items, you have applications. If you want to get tutorials on how to use a particular machine, you have it. So everything the customer needs, he can get it in the e-marketplace. Okay, so that is what e-marketplace does, right? So we my God. So types of e-marketplace. Before going into types, we'll write some examples of these e-marketplaces. Say examples. For e-market. So all these are examples that you can find, right? Okay. So these are different examples where you can find whatever you want if you are buying and selling items, right? So we can include 1.lk in this. That is also a valid one. Okay. Now these e-marketplaces, we have different types. Okay. Not only different e-markets, we have different types of e-markets. So we will talk about these different types one by one. That's the types of e-market. E-marketplace. Okay, types of e-marketplace. Write a small note from that. You can write them separately. Okay. There will be a diagram here. Let me click the diagram first. I will draw the diagram here. So it will be Okay, you can draw the diagram there. You have finished copying this. You can go down and buyer-oriented market. Okay, so you see three types of e-marketplaces. Intermediary oriented. Now there is a third party. This has to be suppliers. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, there will be a third party which is going to be in between the suppliers and the buyers. That means something like this online marketing. Okay, now what they do is they will get the orders from the buyers and they will go to a supplier and buy it and deliver it to you for a higher charge. Okay, so the third party will be profitable there. All right, so what they are doing it without the buyer going to the supplier directly, they are going to act as an intermediate and get the details, get the stuff from the supplier and give it to the buyer. Now, usually Daras is doing the same thing. What Daras does is they will get the order from you and they will go to the supplier. They have contacts with the supplier and they will give the order to the supplier. The supplier will give them, they will buy from the supplier actually. They will buy it from the supplier for a normal rate and they will give it to the customer to a higher rate. Okay, so this is how this intermediary oriented marketplaces work. Then we have buyer oriented. Okay, in this buyer oriented marketplace, what is going to happen is uh, the buyer will deal with a set of suppliers and he will choose. They will get the quotation from the suppliers and the lowest prices given to the buyer, they will buy. Okay, so different suppliers are going to order the same product or deliver the same product for different prices, and the buyer will choose what supplier they have to take in order to get a reasonable price. Okay, then the last one, supply oriented marketplace. Now here there are so many buyers who wants to buy, but only one supplier is there. Now the supplier can demand because he is the only one who is having it. Okay, so if sugar is available only in one shop in the whole area, all the other shops sugar is over. Now he can market it for a higher price. People will still buy it. Okay, so these are called supply oriented marketplace. Understand?
Yes, sir.
All right. So
Ikman is like buyer-oriented marketplace, no, sir.
which one?
Ikman.
Ikman is an intermediate. Ikman has now Ikman does not allow you to directly. Yeah, you can directly talk to the supplier, right?
Yeah, sir. Ikman does nothing. No, they just
Then buy
advertise.
Then buy oriented.
Yeah.
Advertisement they are charging, right?
Yeah.
Then of course it is buy oriented.
So that means that Ekman is providing a platform to communicate with the supplier and seller.
Yes.
Okay. So
So if the buyer does not have direct contact with the supplier, then it is intermediate. Whereas is intermediate.
okay, sir.
Okay. Fine. So those will be the e-marketplace types. Next, we are going to look into types of business available in the digital economy. Okay, and in this, we will be talking about three things: Theo brick, brick and click, and Theo click. Okay, these are different types of what do you call business available in the economy, right? So I will just give you a small brief on this. Pure brick means no online, nothing to do with online. You're going to go to the shop and buy the stuff. That is pure brick. Brick and click, you can go to the shop and buy. There is a showroom. You can go and buy, or else you can order online and get this stuff. Now, kiosk is actually brick and click now. Earlier it was only pure brick. Now, after the pandemic, all the supermarkets have become brick and click. Okay, you can either go and buy, or else you can order and buy. Pure click, like Amazon. Right now Amazon is brick and click. Amazon, they have their own showroom in that country. But if you see pure click, we do only now. If you say eBay is pure click, only online. They don't have a showroom for this. Okay, so only online means pure click. So these are the types of businesses, right? Fine. So we will discuss about those in detail, one by one. Okay. Uh, now I want to ask you all, what about the classes tomorrow? Now tomorrow they are asking me to do a paper discussion for the grade 7, right? Paper discussion for grade 7, which means I think we won't be able to do the morning session, right? Now, what are we going to do about this morning session? Morning sessions, nobody is coming. Last week only Vizek was there. Neither is it. What can you do about it?